What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Hold on, let me take a sip. Get her going. What's up, everybody? Foolish Corner Podcast. We're gonna start calling these showcasts because it's a show and it's a podcast. So we mix them together. Showcast.
That works.
How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Beautiful Sunday. Beautiful Sunday. Excuse me. What you do today?
I did a little laundry, sat for some hours while my daughter got her hair braided. I chilled for the most part since I'm going back to work tomorrow after being off for 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
Not that I hadn't done enough chilling, but just to prepare for the week.
Got you.
How are you today?
It was pretty good. Went to church. Went to just hang out with my buddy, watch some football, have some guy talk. This was the first time in a while that I didn't drink. I didn't drink all weekend. I'm trying to not drink for 90 days. We'll see how that goes. No particular reason.
You can do it.
For sure. I got a friend that he stopped drinking. And it was crazy because he was like, when the New Year's rolled around, he was like 1 year sober. And, it's kind of weird because he wasn't an alcoholic,
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be kind of like careful when you say stuff like that because it kind of comes off like, you were like, everybody want to think the worst when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like he was a drunken
Somebody did me like that
madman.
when I said I was stopping. I was going to cut out alcohol. And they was like, looked at me like, did you have a problem? Like, no. For what? And I had to catch myself today because we still have wine in the house. I was like, maybe I'll just say I'll stick to the wine and I'll leave the liquor alone. But then it's like, okay, if you're going to do it, do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, just don't touch any of it.
Yeah, like you don't need anything. And if you really think you need something, this is how I kind of see stuff. Monitor a kid for a day. Not these kids that they putting on all this medication and all that, because those kids are already lost in the sauce, if you will.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but people are giving kids medication when they should just try to nurse them through these things. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But I mean, watch a kid, just a kid, interact and be a kid, and you'll realize, like, dang, like you really don't need these things to enjoy your life. Drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, cigars, vapes. You don't need any of these things. You can just enjoy life. You will have ups, you will have downs, no matter what.
And it's like just it's a coping mechanism that you don't need, especially if you're going to be dependent on it. Like, that's not healthy.
Absolutely.
And that's why I stopped myself with the wine, because I was like, a lot of times, like if I'm at work and I'm having a day, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go home and have a glass of wine. And that shouldn't be the go-to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to learn how to self-soothe like you do babies.
Yeah.
When they crying, you want them to learn how to self-soothe and not reach for a pacifier or automatically reach for a bottle because then they just overeating. Like, same thing goes for the adults.
Absolutely. I completely agree. So 90 days, I'm going to try it out. If it don't work, it doesn't work. I have a drink or whatever, cool. But if it does, hey, man, I can say, I could definitely say I could stop if I want. I feel like 90 days is a pretty good while for anything, to say the least. And
don't they say it takes 90 days to build a habit or to build a habit or break a habit?
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, because a week, of course, is nothing. A day, of course, is nothing. But, of course, if you are a struggling addict or alcoholic, a day means a lot.
A lot.
Because, it can get bad. It can get bad. But anyway, that has nothing to do with today's show. We just wanted to give y'all a nice little intro. Today's show is really kind of finance-based. And we have a little bit of debt that we're taking care of as we speak. We're not perfect. We're not these finance gurus. We ain't Elon Musk, freaking Greg Cardone, Robert Kiyosaki, Dave Ramsey. We ain't none of them folks. We don't follow none of them folks. We just kind of do our own thing, trying to go on our own path. But this story was pretty crazy to me. So, a Lending Tree survey found that 45% of parents with children under 18 are willing to go into debt to afford a Disney vacation. The survey, which included over 2,000 U.S. consumers, revealed that these parents typically take on nearly $2,000 in debt, with the expenses like concessions, transportation, and accommodations being the biggest cost. Despite this financial strain, 59% of these parents said they have no regrets, seeing the experiences as a value and cherished family memory. Now, I want to preface this to say, I think this $2,000 is the actual cost when you're actually there. That's not, of course, not your stay, your flight, what it actually costs to get in, which makes a lot of sense because, you know, we all know $2,000 can't even get you. I was looking up flights earlier for all four of us to fly to like Austin. This is stuff, we're in Texas. To fly into a city in our own state, it was around $1,400 round trip alone.
That's just flights.
So we got people out here really, real life, going into debt to take their kids to Disney World. Give me your spiel, if you will.
For me, that's crazy. That is crazy. Like, I get wanting to see your kids happy. I get wanting them to enjoy an experience. I get all of that. But I'm not going into debt for a trip. And for a luxury trip.
Yes.
Because that's what it is. Like, I get if you have to, if you're forced to travel for a family emergency, something along those lines.
Can we give it a more specific label? I'm gonna give you a better one. Let's call it a flex trip. Because too. Disney is becoming a flex,
and
right?
I don't know, like, why now all of a sudden? Disney has been there, but why is it dire need now to take your kids to Disney?
I'd say 80% of people that say they just doing it for the kids is full of crap.
Because you
doing it a little bit for yourself.
And I get that too. You, as an adult, if that's something that you always desired to do and you've never been able to do it, and now you have kids, absolutely. I get you want to do it for yourself and
that's incredible.
Yes, to satisfy that kid inside. And you're an adult. I'm gonna do what I want with my money. My parents didn't want to do it with theirs, but I'm gonna do it with my. I get all of that. But is it really worth going into debt for? Yeah, I don't think so.
I'd like to know what. Let's see. So for out of state costs for Disney. What's the one that everybody go to? I know they go to both of them, but what's the most popular one?
The one
in World or Disney?
See, I don't know which one is where. I know the one in Florida is the popular one, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because there's Disney World and Disneyland.
So it's giving a bunch of BS. Let's go see what the people are saying. All right?
Yeah.
That's the best way to look at these kinds of things because you'll be amazed.
And I get it's a whole experience. I understand that. But
yeah. I saw a lot of people saying that Universal is cheaper. A lot of people were saying that Universal was cheaper. 90% of parents go in debt taking them to see Taylor Swift. Well.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Lord. No numbers. I don't see any numbers. 2K won't do anything for you at Disney with travel and lodging included. Amen to that.
Because I can only imagine how much you're going to pay just to eat there. Like, I don't even want to
Some
know.
telling me I would imagine that the food probably ain't that great either, but I could be wrong. It
So
better be, but I'm feeling like I'm right. Okay, here we go. We paid $7K just for hotel and park tickets and flight for a family of 5 for 5 days. Then, I mean, when I cannot read. See, these people can't type either. When there we spent, okay, gotcha, I'm sorry. When there we spent another 1K on expenses and items, and that was back in 2020.
so that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's gone up since then because you can't go and not get some type of souvenir. You have to get
Oh yeah.
the cups and the sweatshirts and you're not gonna go to not do those things. So all of that is gonna add up real quick.
Yep.
And then for me, my priorities got to be in order. Like if I'm not debt free before taking this trip, I'm not gonna go add more debt for this trip. You know what I mean? Like
What I remember Corday the rapper, he was saying that his financial advisor or accountant or whatever was telling him that a rapper should not buy $100,000 chain unless he has a net worth of $30 million. So going off of that ratio, I feel like to take your kid, let's just say the average Disney trip was $10,000, which is pretty much the ballpark number that I got from what I researched on and all that kind of stuff, what most people spend out of state. So $10,000. What should a person probably have net worth wise to take their kid to Disney World? If we're doing a comp to the Corday situation or a comparison with the $30 million to $100,000 chain, I would probably say you need to probably have a net worth of at least, I'd say, and this is on the lower end, probably basically 800,000-900,000 to $1 million. I think
and
to do it comfortably.
Comfortably, yeah.
Of course, we all gonna do it if we probably got the opportunity or we think we got the opportunity, but I think you should probably be upwards of, no less than probably 600-700K net worth.
Because my thing is, I wouldn't get to enjoy it if I'm thinking about how I'm in debt because of this trip. Like, I'm not going to be able to go there and enjoy the moment and relax and soak it in for what it is. Because I'm going to be thinking about how much money I'm in the hole because of a trip. And then what if you get there and your kids don't even enjoy it the way you would hope they would?
Yeah.
You're going to enjoy it because this is something you've always wanted to do. But if they're there, like Ali Sadiq, I was watching one of his stand-ups and he was saying that he took his kids and they was just not smiling. And he was like, listen, if I turn around one more time and I don't see all 32 of y'all's teeth walking through this park, we're gonna have a problem. Because for real, like the money I just spent, y'all better be so daggone happy and excited and jumping around and skipping.
Yeah.
Like all of that. Cause and that's why I don't see why people go with small kids, because they're not gonna grasp what is really happening, like the experience that they're really getting to have. Like a 5-year-old, they see Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, all that, they're excited, but they're not understanding what all is going into a trip like this.
Absolutely.
And then of course you risk the chance when their kids are older. Okay, are you really gonna enjoy it? But I don't know.
I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to find the comment that said a dude, he basically spent $30,000. Why are you drinking my coffee?
Because I just wanted a sip of it. It smells good.
Lord Jesus. Anyway.
Sharing is caring.
Anyway, this dude, he said he basically spent $30,000 on a trip to Disneyland. And that's just crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like that's
You could go
new
buy a car.
Yeah, that's a pretty doggone nice car or truck. You know,
30,000 on a trip.
that is, you know, your kids. That's a semester at a pretty doggone good university.
That part.
You know, that's just crazy to me. That is insane to me. But hey, man, you know, we ain't pocket watching. If you got it, you got it. You know, one day our kids are probably too old. We might take them to like Universal or something like that.
Yeah,
because we kind of missed that window, and that's the sucky part being young parents. You know, you don't have the opportunities and the flexibility as some of the parents that waited it out and went to school and kind of did things, if you will, the right way. And that's the sucky part. But at the same time, too, you know, there are perks to this side. You know, we still get to kind of enjoy a lot of things when our kids are of age, and we can not be those old parents that just, you know,
just tired and want to.
Yeah, kind of just getting by, you know. So sometimes I got to remind myself with our kids' sports stuff that all of the parents are a little older. So they're a little wiser. They're a little more financially fit. We're getting there, you know what I mean? But it's okay to admit that you can't do things and you're not able to do things right now. You know, our generation struggles with that. And one day we'll realize that, you know, yeah, it was just money, but money can be used as a great tool to propel your kid. I wouldn't want to look back and say, oh, we went to that Disney trip, or I bought them this, I bought them that, gave them everything they want, but we don't have anything saved for college. We don't have anything to help them build wealth in the future. Granted, if you're doing all those things, more power to you. That is incredible. That's where we all want to be.
And don't let social media feel like you not doing what you need to be doing.
Yeah.
Like, just because you ain't taking your kids to Disney, or you ain't taking them on a cruise, or whatever the case may be, don't let social media make you feel like you are doing a disservice to your children, because you are not. If you are giving them what they need, that's all that matters. All of the extra stuff is icing on the cake. Have that cake first.
Absolutely.
You got to have that before you start trying to put the icing on top. Like, it's fine. It's fine.
And shout out to the people who do got their stuff together and can do this.
Yeah.
You know, hey, kudos props to y'all.
Yes.
Man. You know,
pat yourself on the back.
You guys give us all motivation and want to do things like that. And one day, us folks down here at the bottom will be able to do those things too. But definitely don't go into debt for it. Definitely put your family first, for real, for real.
Yes.
And make sure them 4 walls is taken care of, and got a way to work. They got a way to school. They got food in their belly, and anything else is just kind of extra. You know what I mean? Let's just be real. You know, things could be a lot worse. And yeah, hey man, that's all we got for you guys today. Fullest Corner Podcast. We give experience, not advice. The best advice comes from experience. We'll be at y'all sooner than you think. We've been dropping. We've been pretty consistent, and we're going to keep it that way. So, yes, sir. Anything else?
No, I think we covered it.
All righty. Well, we will get with y'all on the next one. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Bye.